Hello. Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for having us today. It's been such an inspiring day, isn't it? We have been covering so many exciting topics from our leadership team, from the dear guests, and from the experts, especially from the previous panel. I think the discussion around the actual implementation of the AI sparked lots of interest from the audience. Today I'm delighted to invite you to our panel, AI in the sports, and that's what I say, where the passion meets our professions. And I'm actually very blessed to have an opportunity to work on a big project in the sports, including Olympics. Now, as you can see, we're extending our partnership into working with the ISU and the World Aquatics. We see over the past several years that the development of the technology in the sports industry is no longer something not very fundamental, but actually become essential. So I would be happy to invite our dearest panelists today. We have Claudine Breton, General Director of the ThinkSport, who connects the stakeholders across federations, academia, and industry to drive collaborations and innovations. We also have with us Jiao Li, Chief Commercial and Marketing Officer at the International Skating Union, leading the fan engagement, commercial strategy, and digital growth in one of the most global Olympic sports. And we're very excited to see more competition in Milano Cortina. And finally, we have Luca Fasani, Director of Digital and Office Operations at World Aquatics, who is driving digital transformation and operational excellence across aquatic disciplines worldwide. So with this, I would like to kick off our today panel. We have roughly 5 group of the questions, and we'll be happy to hear your opinions and maybe your suggestions, how you implementing the AI in your respective organizations. I would like to begin with you, Claudine. We've been discussing for several years already. We have a privilege to know each other. As a general manager of the ThinkSport, you are the center of connecting stakeholders across sport, academia, and the industry. Could you introduce ThinkSport for us so that audience can actually better understand what is your vision of the sports in general and what is your mission as an organization?
Thank you very much, and thank you for the warm welcoming. We're very happy to participate. It's my first participation, at least at Apsara, and it's been a great experience so far. So thank you, Vladimir. So to tell you a bit more about ThinkSport, we are a non-profit organization that exists for 10 years now. We were founded in the Olympic capital of Lausanne in Switzerland by the International Olympic Committee and the Swiss authorities. And our main role is to help all of the sports international federation based out there, but not only, also work with the national federation and also clubs and leagues to think about the future of their sports. So we work with them on understanding their needs. We also help them in sourcing solution with either existing corporations that are big in innovation, such as Alibaba, but also with startups and scale-ups that are at the full speed in their development. And we help them prototype, test, and experiment. And also, when required, we bring them in front of investors as well. All of this with the goal, Vladimir, of accelerating innovation in the sports industry. So that's who we are.
Fantastic, Claudine. Thank you very much. Jiao, I guess for you, first of all, congratulations to the ISU on successfully launching the Olympic season. With the recent event, Qualifier event in Beijing, it was very exciting. I'm very happy to see one of my favorite skaters, Petra-san, winning the qualifier. Very exciting. So as a Chief of Commercial and Marketing, could you give us a brief overview of the ISU? Maybe some of the audience are not very familiar with winter sport.
Sure. So thanks, Vlad. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jiao from one of the oldest international Olympic Federation, International Skating Union. So we're the federation that has 133 years of history. Literally the second oldest international federation among the whole Olympic family. So we are based in Lausanne, the capital city of the Olympic as well. Sometimes working together with ThinkSport, and now we're kicking off the collaboration officially and together with Alibaba. So under our federation, we govern in 4 different sports: figure skating, short track, speed skating, as well as synchronized skating. So the first 3 are Olympic sports, which means in less than 5 months' time, you will see us all over the place in Milano Cortina 2026. So our season 25-26 is extremely important when Olympic Winter Federation is coming up. So as Vlad mentioned, we officially kicked off our season last weekend in Beijing as a Skate to Milano figure skating Olympic qualifier. And that was also one of our recent collaboration together with Alibaba Cloud. And we worked with Alibaba Cloud to try to create an immersive experience through content production to provide our fans with immersive experience and in a figure skating event. And hopefully starting from this event and Skate to Milano, we're able to work in more different events across different disciplines. So coming into this season, our main objective is really to leverage on the Olympic season to engage more fans and recruit new fans and will serve our core fans better. And then last but not least, in a few weeks' time, we're launching our new revamped digital app, which is an immersive and interactive experience. And I hope we will get there more in details. Thank you.
Wow, what exciting lineup with disciplines. You should stay tuned and watch how these athletes, fantastic athletes, will compete in Milano Cortina. Exciting time. Luca, back to you. And honestly, I had a privilege working in Paris in 2024, and I feel like it was yesterday. And I cannot imagine that you already completed the championship in Singapore. So first of all, congratulations on that. Fantastic results. I think the audience who is very familiar with the water sports are following on this championship progress. So Luca, please introduce your federations as well to the audience.
Thanks. Good afternoon, ni hao, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm also a rookie for the Apsara Conference, so my first time here. Very honored to be on this stage. Singapore was the last of 9 major events in 4 years after the pandemic. We had Olympic Games twice, 3 times the World Championships, Swimming World Championships as well. And so now, actually, contrary to ISU, we will rest for a little. Actually, we are announcing today the dates of the next swimming championships that will take place in Beijing, so from 1st to 6th of December 2026. And we will be also back in Beijing in 2029 for the World Champs. So China is, of course, one of the most important markets for us. Coming back to World Aquatics, we changed our name almost 4 years ago. We were called FINA, and since then we went through a deep process of transformation, mainly on digital, but also across our competition calendar, our development programs. We are the governing body of 6 aquatic sports. So they are swimming, diving, artistic swimming, high diving, open water swimming, and water polo. 5 out of 6 are Olympic sports. As you mentioned, swimming is probably the most important sport, together with athletics and gymnastics at the Olympic Games. So I was also there in Paris, and it was really a privilege to see all this spectacle. And we're looking forward to the next edition of the games.
Sure, fantastic. I think now you understand more about the organizations and the panelists who represent them. I would like to continue and move a bit deeper in AI, because what we see is that AI is increasingly being used by the international sports organizations worldwide. We see various applications already, many of them are in production. We see the implementation for the member services, governance, business development. I would like to start with you, Claudine. ThinkSport has a unique point across many international federations and industry partners. From your perspective, what kind of key trends you can see in this overall movement from the implementation of data analytics into decision-making process or broad implementation of the AI in their operations?
Sure. I think the trend that we see is that international federation no longer see these tools as nice to have. They see them as must have, really as enablers for the future of their governance. When it comes to what it provided, they're a very powerful tool in allowing them to become a lot more transparent when it comes to financial reporting, so on and so forth. And it also allows them, when it comes to the volume of data that AI is giving them the capability to produce, to move into a sphere of predictive analysis and trends, which allows them as well to make better decision making, whether on a short, medium, or long term. So I think really in terms of opportunity, AI is providing them I guess, the opportunity to become a lot more agile. But when it comes to risks as well, there's always this side. It's all about the quality as well of the data that you're using. And I think that is nothing new to everyone here in the room. So that's what I would say in terms of governments and decision making for the International Federation.
Yeah, I cannot agree more on that. Luca, I would like to continue with you. I know your organization already experimenting with digital transformation and operations and competitions, organizing the events. So how do you see AI supporting your governance, whether in decision-making process or maybe athletes and overall global events organization?
Sure. I think all these areas are definitely very, very important, and I see AI applications in all of those. Ultimately, World Aquatics priority is always with the athletes. We actually organize everything for them, and our sports are full of data, results. We, of course, we have sports that can gather a lot of data from our scoring systems, timing, and so I think for us athletes and how we can develop new tools for them to enhance their performances, to train better is absolutely something where I can see a lot of value. And as Claudine said, of course, we also oversee 210 national federations. And of course, the level of these federations in terms of resources and development is not the same across the globe. And I think that AI can bring a more, let's say, democratic way of organizing themselves. And of course, use resources more efficiently. So these are the two areas where I can see the prevalence of AI in the next cycle.
Thanks, Luca. The next one is a tricky one. I know we've been discussing that before the panel. I would like to discuss about the fairness and objectivity in the sports, because I know the both ISU and World Aquatics, you providing the judging and officiating, that really hard and can be a lot depend on the opinion and subjective, right? So this set of certain complexity in making decisions, such as in figure skating or diving. So I would really love to understand your vision on that. I know it might be very challenging to answer directly, but I would like to invite Jiao first to address this question. So I know that your federation is exploring already some of the AI and digital tools, supporting and helping and assisting referees with their very tough job. So maybe you can tell us more about that.
Well, thanks for that. It's a very actually practical question as well as an amazing, great question. So when we talk about judging, especially in figure skating, the judging is both technical as well as subjective. So when we come to AI, how can AI to help in judging? It definitely can help to improve the consistency as well as the transparency through the whole judging process. And when we talk about figure skating, it's not an easy sport to be understood. And every single rotate, every single jump, and how you land on the edge of your tones, that's a lot of technical details that's being involved. if we consider to using AI in the judging, and one day we even open it for our fans, it really lower the barriers for people to actually access and understand our sport. And then on the other sports, under our governance of short track, we actually had already implemented AI-based judging tool since last season. We implemented and introduced the VAR system in every single live events, and that has been successfully proved and also appreciated by our fans globally. It's just very open to show our openness and fairness and our clean and also transparent process when we are governing a sport from a federation perspective. So when you talk about next step, how can we better probably embrace AI? It's really about how to scaling it and into every single competition level. And from the federation's perspective, to really make sure that we are operating under a clear protocol of safeguarding and make sure that the whole process is also under cost efficiency.
Fantastic. And I also share your opinion. I guess even though with advancement of the AI, we won't see in short term replacement of the human referees with the AI automated one. Here we're talking about the judging rather for as the supporting tool rather than decision-making mechanism, right? So with this, Luca, I would like to invite you, because I imagine the diving and other aquatic disciplines can be also very controversial, right? So how is World Aquatics exploring the use of AI and technology to support refereeing your disciplines?
So first of all, let me say which are the sports that actually are judged, which are artistic swimming, diving, and high diving. What we did already to improve that process of transparency, especially with artistic swimming, was actually to change the rules to make the judging more clearer and more transparent. And so that is not related to the AI, but already helped a lot the process. I think the integrity of our judges and officials will be confirmed actually by AI tools, because of course, as Jiao said, ours also are not easy sport, so there is a lot of preparation, a lot of training behind this. From that point of view, I think AI can be very helpful, in particular to ensure that consistency across all the range of events. Of course, we move from Olympic Games to World Champs, where we have 25 cameras under the water, over the water, and everything going on at the same time, but we also have age group events or national events where maybe you have 3 cameras. So that's where AI can be supportive and provide more technology to cover also those events. Then we already use AI and VAR for other sports, of course, to help judges to see whenever there is an infraction, especially in swimming. Depending on the strokes, there are different rules, and so that is something that we are already doing, and is more like support to the judges rather than replacing them from the officiating.
Because we had the privilege as Alibaba Cloud being very deeply involved in the sports industry, I had the first-hand experience seeing how technologically driven and enabled your sports are. Especially during the Paris time, we've seen the setup of the some of the venues, and we see amount of the cameras, amount of the smart trackers and devices implemented on venues is just unprecedented. And how accurate, like we can calculate today the time under the water, number of the strokes, we see the biometrics data in real time. That's unprecedented. I would like to move to the next topic, which is actually the whole purpose of the sports, right? We all build it around the fans. So fans are in the center of the attention of each of the sport discipline that we discussed today. The expectation is well growing, because we all get used to a new technology that we have in our normal life, and the same expectation might rise actually from the fans, from the fan sides. Claudine, maybe I can begin with you. Can you please share your opinion from your broader perspective, working with federations and partners? what new innovations do you see emerging around the fans' engagement, whether in broadcasting, immersive staging, or a digital platform, or maybe you can see something else coming?
Sure, Vlad. If I look and maybe tackle the first point that you've mentioned, broadcasting, I think it's clear that what you've heard from the IOC, we're not talking about the future. We're talking about what's happening right now. The traditional form of broadcast, I guess, no longer exists in sports. The fans have more expectation in terms of what they're going to view and experience, and no longer just about results. It's also about the experiences they'll be living. So if we move into the immersive, I guess, staging, some of the international federation are moving into AR and VR, and that basically help them cater as well with the younger generations that are looking for these type of engagement. And if we are then moving into a digital platform, we're also seeing a trend with fan platform or reward platform taking shape, and that allows some of the sports organization to be a lot closer with their communities and connect with their fans. So it not only has a commercial value, but it also puts them back at the core of being a connector between, I guess, maybe grassroots elites and their Olympians and the communities that they're able to manage.
Great. Jiao, maybe we can continue with you, because I know fan engagement is very strong focus for the ISU. We see lots of innovation in your organization around engaging with them. So it would be very interesting to understand how you're using AI to connect with the skating fans. Maybe you can share your thoughts around the personalization or digital content that you're producing, new interactive features, or maybe new ways of experimenting the competitions.
Yeah, sure. So as Vlad mentioned, the ISU is really going through a modernization and transformation process. And skaters stay as the core in our business and in our day-to-day operation. But how to serve our fans and serve them better and make sure that we have more fans and more skating fans globally, that's our ultimate goal. And ultimately having more people to put their skate on and start to skate. And that's our mission. So we always ask ourselves when we do things, we care about our fans, then who are they? What do they want? So I think across all the sports industry today, we have more and more picky and demanding fans who are looking for more and more exclusive, behind the scene, faster pace, turnaround content, and also more immersive experience, and together with interactive experience, together with the sport, and as well as the skaters, with the athletes, and more importantly, also with their friends when they consume the sport. So from an ISU perspective, we are really looking for a technical, innovative way to changing how our fans globally are consuming skating. So we are trying to look for different touch points. We have been implementing different social channels and tools to serve their entertainment elements and content. But as I just mentioned, we are going to launch our revamped app, which is fully with personalization and customization journey. So through this app, it's fully AI powered with high turnaround highlights and with overlay stakes, and as well as live results to empower our fans to understand what's going on in the venue, and also to offer them 360 approach if they would like to have to consume our sport in general. So have some smart recommendation from AI is also crucial in our new app.
Wow. Well, here I'm also biased, again, because I'm working in sports and in technology. I'm fan of the ISU disciplines. And I couldn't say more that it's the best time for you actually to use these AI tools, digital tools, to explore the sports and actually choose your preferred disciplines. I think we cover lots today. I would like to ask you around the challenges and opportunities, especially in this dynamic domain like an AI in each of your respective organizations. So maybe you can share what do you see as the biggest hurdles, but maybe not only hurdles, but also the opportunities that come with the hurdles. Because we all know how complex AI environment is. And here we're talking about the data privacy, how expensive to implement our AI solutions, engaging with the athletes, professionals, getting their consent on using their biometrical data, personal information. So this is quite complicated. Maybe you can share some of the anecdotes or stories from this. Maybe we can begin with Luca.
Okay. I go first. Okay. I think I will start with the hurdles maybe, and I think this is a general one, and is very much related to the reliability of the information, right? Because especially in my domain with digital communication, social media, there is really a lot of fake information going on, and AI can actually, unfortunately, bring a lot of false information, and especially when we are talking about integrity of athletes, judges, teams. This is something that can be potentially dangerous for the sport. Probably kind of another AI agent would maybe make sure that we can rely on certain information and not on other. When it comes to opportunities, I go back again to the point of the athletes. As I said before, we are really focusing on them, and this is not only about professional, but we're talking also about non-endemic the swimmers. Maybe like you go to the swimming pool once a week, for example. You are an athlete, you are a swimmer, and that's where we see a lot of opportunities. So my wish for the next future is that regardless the type of athlete you can be, you can get great data or information or tips from AI. So no matter if you are competing at the Olympic Games or maybe you are just learning how to swim, you can get something useful from an AI agent or an application or a tool that can allow you to swim, which is of course something that is very important and very close to us. Last but not least, from what we have seen today from the presentation from OBS, I hope next year to come back here and maybe have a business case after the brand new partnership with Alibaba and maybe present something new.
Absolutely, that would be a privilege for us. Claudine, how about you?
Yes, thank you. I mean, I guess you've heard from both federations that athletes are really at the heart, and it should say like that. So I would have a reflection to say that the athletes are also becoming more and more conscious about the value of their data, their results. So the federations will need to be very responsible on how and what they do with those data. The second, perhaps, challenges when it comes to AI within the sphere of federations, it's also the cost. So the biggest federations are able to invest, while the smaller ones are still lacking a bit behind, and we need to help them in their journey so that we're able to push forward that transition throughout the entire sports industry. And the third pivot, I would say, is probably resistant to change, as you've mentioned. The leadership in those organizations, the governance, we see a big shift into moving into this innovation and new technologies when, I guess, the leadership embraces it. And so it is being implemented a lot quicker when the general director or the president is pushing internally. So I see AI as an enabler, and it's no questions, a no-brainer. We're moving in that direction as an industry, and I guess you've heard from my two colleagues that it's also part of their daily challenges and opportunities to implement with their governance, but also with the athletes.
Absolutely. Thank you, Claudine. Jiao, how about you?
So I'm not going to repeat what you just said, but probably if I may summarize a bit. Currently, seeking skaters, athletes' concern in terms of data privacy definitely is our fundamental step one to do. and also as a sport federation pushing for innovation, driving for changes, balancing between the innovation and the technology part while maintain our tradition is also another thing we need to really think about it. However, that being said, challenge aside and opportunity ahead. So from an AI perspective, how I vision it for our athletes, no matter which sport you're doing, AI-powered performance training and help to improve their result is definitely that's what can be beneficial for the athletes. And for the judges, as we just mentioned, and that will bring more openness and also transparency into our sport, which will help the whole sport industry to move forward. And last but not least, for the fans, providing an immersive and also interactive experience will help us to communicate and stay closer with them, no matter where, anywhere, anytime, and any stake, if I may just borrow the words. So lastly, if I may conclude this, I would say AI is the bridge and in our industry, and it makes our sport more accessible as well as more consumable. No matter it's a cloud or technology industry or sports industry, I think we share the same value, which is unify the world, engage the younger fans, and through the power of technology and sport.
Fantastic, Jiao. Wow, and also I'm very impressed how quickly you actually remember our strategy, and that's what we have to do ourselves. At the beginning of the panel, I said that we're here today where our passion meets the profession, and there's no surprise. I see we run out of time, so the time really flies fast. I would stay a bit longer because I have much more questions than what we discussed today. But I would like to thank you all today, Claudine, Jiao, Luca. We had very rich discussions. We covered so many things, starting from the governance, into fan engagement, digital transformation. And I really hope the audience today would leave inspired about the opportunities ahead for the sports technologies. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you very much for your time.